and welcome to News 9. You are watching On Point with me. In today's edition, we have two on points. Political showdown in Delhi between AAP and BJP over Mahila Samman Yojana. And former Chief Justice of Manipur High Court says there is possibility of an invisible hand behind the turmoil in the state. With elections round the corner, parties in Delhi are in a turbocharged mood. At the center of the current tu-tu meh lies Mahila Samman Yojana and Sanjeevani Yojana schemes introduced by the Aam Aadmi Party. So let me come to the point. What triggered the current showdown? In an unprecedented move, senior Delhi government officials issued public notices disowning the registration process initiated by Chief Minister Atishi for these schemes. The officials warned the public against sharing personal details of what they called non-existent programs, labeling any collection of information by private individuals or political parties as fraudulent and unauthorized. This development came just days after AAP launched a high-profile registration drive for the welfare scheme. The bureaucratic coup highlights the fragile relationship between the elected government and the administrative apparatus. Now, let us take a look at BJP's allegations against Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind KEJRIWAL. 1. Misleading people and promoting non-existent scheme. 2. Committing digital fraud. 3. False promise to win elections. 4th. Bad governance on part of KEJRIWAL and Atishi. 5th, hiding lack of development. So in this case, they are coming out with schemes which is trying to lure the voter. So this is the charge of Bharatiya Janata Party, and let me play the white of Virendra Sachdev.
है अगर आतिशी मार लेना कह रही हैं कि ये विज्ञापन, ये नोटिस जो अखबारों में छपा फेक है, तो आतिशी मार लेना, तुम्हें तुरंत इस्तीफा दे देना चाहिए। ये दिल्ली की सरकार का विज्ञापन है और उसके तुम मुख्यमंत्री हो, तुम अपनी जिम्मेदारी से बच नहीं सकते। और अगर 2100 रुपए का नोटिफिकेशन है तो लाओ, दिखाओ सामने। अगर आपने 2100 रुपए का कैबिनेट अप्रूवल लिया, नोटिफिकेशन है तो सामने लाइए। आपने संजीवनी का अगर आपके पास नोटिफिकेशन है, कैबिनेट अप्रूवल है तो सामने लाइए। इस तरह की कोई योजना लाए ही नहीं। और ये विज्ञापन कह रहा है कि जो भी व्यक्ति इस योजना के नाम पर लोगों के फॉर्म इकट्ठे कर रहा है वो धोखाधड़ी कर रहा है। जो भी व्यक्ति मतलब अरविंद केजरीवाल लोगों से धोखाधड़ी कर रहे हैं। ये आतिशी मार लेना की सरकार कह रही है, तो उनकी पार्टी का आपसी द्वंद्व है। कौन मुख्यमंत्री के ऑफिस में घुसेगा, इसकी लड़ाई है। तो वो लड़ाई सड़क पर दिखाई दे रही है।
AAP, on the other hand, launched a counter-attack on Bharatiya Janata Party. AAP says Delhi cabinet passed Mahila Samman Yojana. 2nd, action to be taken against erring officials. 3rd, BJP put pressure on officials to release notice. 4th, BJP is trying to buy votes in Delhi. 5th, BJP rattled by welfare schemes. Now, let me play out the bite of Atishi.
आज अखबार में ये सूचना निकाली गई कि महिला सम्मान ऐसी कोई योजना नहीं है, जबकि दिल्ली सरकार का कैबिनेट डिसीजन है। दिल्ली सरकार का ये नोटिफिकेशन है इस कैबिनेट डिसीजन का। ये नोटिफिकेशन पब्लिक डोमेन में है कि ये स्कीम है 1000 रुपए की, ये नोटिफाई हो चुकी है। उसके बावजूद भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कुछ अफसरों पर दबाव बनाया है। इन अफसरों के खिलाफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कार्रवाई तो होगी ही। इन अफसरों ने जो ये गलत सूचना अखबार में छापी है, इनके खिलाफ पुलिस कार्रवाई भी की जाएगी। हम आधिकारिक रूप से कंप्लेंट करेंगे, हम पुलिस के पास भी कंप्लेंट करेंगे, हम इलेक्शन कमीशन के पास भी कंप्लेंट करेंगे, क्योंकि आज ये सबूत सबके सामने है कि प्रवेश वर्मा जी के घर 20 विंजर प्लेस पर महिलाओं को 1100 रुपए कैश बांटा जा रहा है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पैम्फलेट के साथ बांटा जा रहा है। इस पे प्रवेश वर्मा जी की फोटो है, इस पे अमित शाह जी की फोटो है, इस पे जेपी नड्डा जी की फोटो है, इस पे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की फोटो है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पर्चे के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिफाफे में, एक नारंगी रंग के उस पे लिफाफे में अब ये पैसा 1100 रुपए बांटा जा रहा है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सच्चाई पूरे देश के सामने है और अब ये बिल्कुल साफ है कि अगर वो इस स्तर पर पहुंच गए हैं कि उनको 1100 रुपए बांटने पड़ रहे हैं, इसका मतलब है उनको भी पता है कि वो दिल्ली का चुनाव बुरी तरह से हार गए।
The controversy is far from a two-way clash. Despite its alliance with AAP at the central level, the Congress also entered the fray, targeting Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. In a pointed attack, the Congress released a booklet titled Mauka Har Baar Dhoka, attacking both AAP and BJP, which means they are getting chance every time, but it leads to betrayal every time.
कि केजरीवाल को अगर एक शब्द में उसको डिस्क्राइब किया जा सकता है तो फर्जीवाल। तो उनकी जो भी घोषणाएं हैं वो केवल फर्जीवाड़ा है, उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं है। और अगर वो इतने सिंसियर हैं तो करें पंजाब में, वहां पर तो एलजी नहीं है रोकने वाला, यहां पर तो 1000 रुपए कर नहीं पाए, यहां पर तो कुछ भी इसको इंप्रूव कर नहीं पाए। अब जो है फर्जीवाड़ा करके लोगों को क्यों गुमराह कर रहे हैं?
Now, let me take you through what the Congress is saying. All welfare schemes of AAP fraudulent. Second, both BJP and AAP have betrayed Delhi's public. 3, AAP has turned Delhi into a market of hatred. 4th, people of Delhi suffered due to BJP versus AAP politics. 5th, no development in Delhi under Aam Aadmi Party. Now, let's listen into what Pavesh Verma said in his defense and KEJRIWAL's retort.
मैं पिछले 11 दिन से जो देख रहा हूं यहां की महिलाओं का दुख, वो केजरीवाल जी पिछले 11 साल से नहीं देख पाए। यहां की महिलाओं ने उनको 3 बार वोट किया और जब मैं उनसे मिला और मैं उनकी कॉलोनी में गया, बस्ती में गया, तो उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि ना तो हमारी पेंशन है, ना हमारा राशन कार्ड है, ना हमारा कोई मासिक आय का साधन है और हमारे घर में बिजली के बिल भी हजारों के आते हैं, पानी भी गंदा आता है, बच्चों को नौकरी भी नहीं है, दवा की भी कोई ऐसी सुविधा नहीं है। तब मेरे से उनका दुख जो है वो देखा नहीं गया। तो ही मैंने ये फैसला किया कि मैं सभी महिलाओं को हर महीने मेरी संस्था की तरफ से हम एक योजना बनाकर उनको मासिक एक जो है सहायता करेंगे। तो जो हमारे वॉलेंटियर्स थे उन्होंने जगह जगह पे कैंप लगाना शुरू किया। मेरी लाडली माताओं बहनें वहां पर आई और हमने उनके फॉर्म भरे और हमने उनको ये सहायता राशि देनी शुरू करी। मैं एक बात से मुझे खुशी है कि कम से कम मैं यहां पे शराब नहीं बांट रहा हूं। जो दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री पूरी दिल्ली में बांट रहे थे, जब दिल्ली में कोविड था, दिल्ली के लोग उनसे दवाई मांग रहे थे, हॉस्पिटल मांग रहे थे, तब दिल्ली के आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री केजरीवाल जी वो दिल्ली में शराब बांट रहे थे, एक बोतल के बदले में एक बोतल फ्री दे रहे थे। जब हम उनसे हॉस्पिटल मांग रहे थे तब वो अपना शीश महल बना रहे थे। तो आज मुझे खुशी है कि मैं मेरी गरीब माताओं बहनों की सहायता कर रहा हूं। मैं शराब नहीं बांट रहा, ना मैं अपना शीश महल बना रहा हूं। मैं मेरे घर के पैसे, मेरे अकाउंट के पैसे, मेरी संस्था के पैसे, वो सारे अकाउंटेड पैसों से ही मैं यहाँ की माताओं बहनों की मदद कर रहा हूँ।
दूसरी पार्टी वाले आ रहे हैं, वो आके आपको 1100 रुपए देंगे। क्या करोगे? ले लेना, मना मत करना, अपने ही पैसे हैं, लेकिन वोट उनको मत देना। अपना वोट 1100 रुपए से ज्यादा कीमती है कि नहीं है? 1100 रुपए उनके ले लेना, वोट उनको मत देना। वोट सही पार्टी को देना, जो शिक्षा पे काम करे, जो स्कूल बनवाए, जो अस्पताल बनवाए, जो महिलाओं के बस का सफर फ्री करे, ऐसी अच्छी पार्टी को वोट देना। उन लोगों को वोट मत देना जो वोट 1100 रुपए में खरीदते हैं, वो लोग अच्छे लोग नहीं हैं। ठीक है?
So let's touch upon the facts before I go to my guests. Welfare schemes for women are in place in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Haryana, Odisha and Jharkhand. Successful women welfare schemes in Jharkhand's Mahila Samman Yojana, Maharashtra's Ladki Behan, MP's Ladli Behan have been politically effective. Rupees 6,390 crore earmarked for Mahila Samman Yojana in 24-25 in supplementary budget in Jharkhand. Ladki Behan scheme cost Maharashtra 46,000 crore. 46,000 crore. And why Delhi matters for BJP is an important thing. BJP has not been in power for 25 years. KEJRIWAL is a political nuisance for BJP. BJP sweeps national polls but loses state polls. An adverse Delhi result will steal Maharashtra's thunder. Now let me introduce my guest, Akshay Marathe, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party, Neoma Gupta, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, Shivam Bhagat, spokesperson Congress. Thank you all of you for joining in, and I think in a substantial way I have introduced my audience to the various aspects of the debate. Let me straight away go to Akshay Marathe first. What is your defense to the public ad that has come out in newspapers by the bureaucrats, sir?
Kartikeji, first of all, I think the defense against that has already been shared by our Chief Minister Atishi ji, where she has said that these are errant bureaucrats who are working under the pressure of the Bharatiya Janata Party. You know, Delhi has a very complicated constitutional setup, and unfortunately the BJP is trying to misuse its power over Delhi bureaucrats to malign the Aam Aadmi Party in such a way, and any officers who are responsible for this advertisement that is actually blatantly false will be taken to court, they will be prosecuted, and I'll tell you why. Because the Mahila Samman Yojana, what is this Mahila Samman Yojana? It is a scheme where we are promising to give 2,100 rupees to every woman over the age of 18 so that they have some support, some relief from the inflation that the BJP has inflicted on the country today. Now, what is the claim made by the Aam Aadmi Party that the BJP is refuting? We are saying that we have already passed a cabinet note. You can check, you're a media organization, you can check this in the Gazette, Delhi Gazette. This cabinet notification exists where we have said we are giving 1,000 rupees to every woman. What our promise to the people of Delhi is that if you vote us to power, we will increase that to 2,100 rupees per month. What is the problem that the Bharatiya Janata Party has if every woman in Delhi gets 2,100 rupees from the Aam Aadmi Party government? Why is it that the BJP believes that it is more prudent? Now, I know you talked about Pravesh Verma distributing cash, but you did not show the video. I urge you, Kartikeya, to show the video to the public where there are women standing outside his home holding 1,100 rupees cash in their hand and a BJP pamphlet which is clearly saying that they have come from Pravesh Verma, they have come from Bharatiya Janata Party, they've come from with Modi ji's face on it. So this is the first time we are seeing in the history of elections worldwide that a candidate on public record on television is accepting that yes, I am handing out 1,100 rupees cash to the people right before the election, and this candidate is supposed to be the BJP's candidate for Chief Minister. Is this the kind of politics that we want to see in our country, where openly the BJP is distributing cash to voters on the eve of the election? Tell me something. Where do you think this cash is coming from? He is the son of a former chief minister. He's a two-time MP from Delhi. Okay. Where do you think he has made this money that he's distributing to the people today? Okay, Aam
2
Aadmi
points.
Party is using state
Akshay,
funds.
you have made 2 points. One is about Pravesh Verma, and the second that Atishi has defended herself. So you don't need to defend Atishi Marlena. Fair enough. Let me go to Neoma Gupta. There are 2 things. Do you think, madam, it's turning out to be Delhi government versus LG office controversy? Second, and what do you have to say in context of Pravesh Verma, the charge which Akshay has laid on the table?
Good evening. Thank you for having me on your show today. So just to clarify to him, Pravesh Verma, outside his capacity as a BJP Karyakarta, runs an organization called the Rashtriya Swabhiman, which does charity work in and around Delhi, catering to the less fortunate and many who require the thing. So Mr. Verma currently is neither an MP nor an MLA. He has no access to government funds. He is doing whatever he does in his personal capacity as a leader of this particular institution which he runs. Please understand, there's a big difference between karenge and kar rahe hain. Let's look at the past record of Aam Aadmi Party. Let's just step back to Punjab. They did the same promises to in Punjab. They didn't honor it. In fact, they did a sammelan where they apologized for the commitment of 1,000 rupees to women account, and they said we'll make it 1,100. I think this happened more than 3 to 4 years back. Nothing has happened. Apart from these money promises, which are incentive of greed to when it comes to elections, there were so many other commitments made as a government, which has been in this city for more than, like, it's been there for 10 years. You said you'll revive the Yamuna. Look at the condition of Yamuna today. You said you'll control the pollution. AQI is a correct testament to see what's happening. You said you'll clean Delhi up. When you made a point about transportation, listen to the truth about the public transport. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, 24-25 financial year, AAP reduced the transport ministry's budget by 38%. They promised 5,000 new buses. Instead, the buses were decreased. The condition of water, it's all testament to the promises they keep making. I want to ask a simple question. When it comes to Delhi, when it comes to the governance of Delhi, if you're not honoring what you have committed to the people of Delhi, why are you honoring these financial attributes to the people of Delhi and making a complete ruckus in the situation? And obviously, another defense I'd like to take when he said that about the notifications which came in the newspaper today, they have nothing else but to blame the officers and say that they acted under pressure, because it's their defense every time when their lies are called out. So once again, I implore you, please prove it. Please prove this to me. Okay, because otherwise it's just a word we have to trust, and we know that that doesn't count for anything. But the most important is when it comes to your promises, they don't hold weight. How are you financially making this viable? Look, sorry, I'm not done. I didn't interrupt, so let me let that. When it comes to the Delhi government finances, it's not as rosy as they make them sound. Let's look at the forecast of 24-25. While the initial budget estimates showed a surplus of about 3,200 crores, the possible inclusion of additional demand could lead to a deficit of 1,400 crores. The financial of Delhi government, as outlined by the budget estimate for the fiscal year, suggests a cautious stance must be indicated. How do you ratify that?
Okay.
And just when it comes to this scheme,
I've heard a whole range of
let her finish. Let her finish, because I'll have to go to Shivam. He has not spoken. He has to come out with his opening comment, and then there'll be a couple of reactions. Then I'll open the floor.
Yeah, Akshay, just let me finish. It'll be just basic courtesy. Why aren't you taking the Aadhaar card details and the bank account details for this scheme? If you're so confident in terms of your legal and moral standpoint, what is this OTP concept? Just explain to me about all these fundamentals.
Okay, so you are saying what is the OTP concept? Let me go to Shivam Bhagat. Where do I place Congress? I mean to say, in Delhi's context, are you fighting against Aam Aadmi Party? Where is Congress Party here?
Good evening, Kartikeji, and good evening, everyone. Kartikeji, the central and primary point today is that the Congress Party is not fighting against these parties per se. The Congress Party has a proven track record of development in Delhi. If you go into the history of Delhi, you'll see that any kind of development, tangible work has been done by the Congress, and not since the 70s, 80s till Sheila Dikshit ji's 2013 tenure. What has the Aam Aadmi Party done? I want to reply to your question in a couple of parts. The first part is I want to ask the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, what has Aam Aadmi Party done in the last 10 years that they can show? There is nothing that the Aam Aadmi Party can show. Today, as I said on another channel, it's 25th of December, it's Christmas. It was unheard of that the AQI goes over 400 in the city of Delhi. Arvind KEJRIWAL promised the people of Delhi and said that, and told the people of Punjab, if you vote me into power, I will remove the pollution problem. Here, 10 years of our lives are getting reduced thanks to the Aam Aadmi Party. Then he's on Aaj Tak, on Agenda Aaj Tak. He himself admitted that he has failed on all 3 counts that he promised. Therefore, what is he asking for votes for? And as far as the BJP is concerned, and you're seeing that they're distributing cash, and I mean, it's a joke if you think that, or if anyone believes that Parvesh Verma is distributing money out of his own pocket. The BJP has money power, they have muscle power. When they start sensing that a defeat in any state, there is a standard operating procedure. It starts coming out. They start using their money power. They start using their anti-constitutional measures. They start their communalism. This Rohingya issue has been started by them because they sense a defeat.
Okay.
In 2020, it was how their leaders came out and communalized the entire election. Therefore, in conclusion, I would like to say that the Congress party has a proven track record. We have done development, and that is what the people of Delhi are remembering today. Everything you see in Delhi, every piece of development has been done by the Congress. Therefore, we are just purely banking on our own
So the Congress party is saying that if they get the chance to come back to power in Delhi, then it will be on the proven developmental record. My big questions are, can BJP defeat AAP this time in Delhi? That's my question number one. Is it possible? Because nationally Bharatiya Janata Party gets a lot of vote, but when it comes to local polls, it's AAP all the way. My second question is, how come BJP does not have a chief minister's face in Delhi this time? I remember the first time when the election took place, Kiran Bedi was projected. Subsequently, they rechanged their strategy. But there is no clear messaging on the CM face right now. Third, what happened between AAP and Congress? I mean to say, is that alliance broken? They're on the same page when it comes to certain issues in parliament, but they're fighting against each other. And fourth, which the people like to know, is it ultimately boiling down to LG versus AAP? Ultimately, it's the Delhi administration which is, people are getting hit. Actually, people are getting hit. So my question to you, Akshay, is, from a point of view of a consumer, public, citizen, voter, the real problem is that the Delhi public suffers. This spat continues unabated. I mean, we can start from the money, we can start from the distribution, we can go to Mahila Samman Yojana, which every government has done, because it has become the thing in election. But especially in the state of Delhi, the biggest losers, if you ask me, and I am a Delhiite, are the people of Delhi.
Kartikeji, let me respond very point by point. I've heard a whole rattle of allegations against us. Let me give you some facts. 25 lakh children have passed out of Delhi's government schools in the last 10 years. People who sit on these debates probably send their children to private schools, so they may not be aware of the transformation that Delhi's government schools have seen, and it doesn't take a lot. If you can send your camera people to any Delhi government school today and talk to people who are inside the school or outside the school and ask them what transformation they have seen, and you will see it for yourself. So 25 lakh children have been beneficiaries of Aam Aadmi Party's amazing education reform work. We are the only state in India that allocates 25% of our state budget to education. That is historic by all accounts. When it comes to healthcare, we are the only state that has more than 600 Mohalla clinics offering free of cost treatment, offering free of cost blood tests. We are the only state in India that is offering fully free government hospital treatment for all people across Delhi. If your audience Googles 3 hospital names I am providing today: Buradi Hospital, Ambedkar Nagar Hospital and Dwarka Hospital. These are hospitals that we have built in our 10 years. In the last 10 years that Aam Aadmi Party has built. Just look at the visuals you will see online when you Google these hospitals. This is the tangible work that we have done on building the foundation of Delhi.
But this time around, this time around, your party seems to be in a lot of political trouble. Lot of leaders of your party were sent behind bars. I mean, so this time, in this tenure, there have been multiple cases. This is not like your first tenure. This is not like your second tenure. This is a different ball game right now.
Kartikeji, I think everybody is aware of the kind of modus operandi the BJP has. If you cannot defeat the opposition, jail the opposition. Look at the liquor scam case that they have been talking about for the last several years. The trial in that case has not even started. Yet, 3 senior leaders of Aam Aadmi Party were behind bars without even the charge sheet being filed. That is the kind of justice system that the BJP is using to target the opposition parties where they cannot defeat them fair and square. I am glad that at least in this election, they're not trying to jail anybody yet. But the rumor is, and I'm saying this with full seriousness, they are planning to arrest Atishi ji, who is the Chief Minister of Delhi, in the next few days in a fake case. And I'm hoping that that doesn't happen, but I'm putting this out in the public record so that the people also remain alert and cautious that the BJP will try to arrest senior leaders of the
Why
Aam
would
Aadmi Party.
BJP arrest Atishi? I mean to say there has to be a case. I mean there has to be
I will
something
tell you.
against Atishi.
I will tell you.
Let
BJP
BJP spokesperson respond to it. I mean, you have said a big thing that she will be arrested.
They have already filed. They have already filed a complaint. They have filed a complaint today in the Delhi police alleging Atishi ji has committed fraud. Because why? Because she is getting registrations for the Mahila Samman Yojana. Now, is conducting a political activity also has become a crime in this country? How will we remain a democracy if a political party?
I think BJP spokesperson needs to respond. You have said two things. Neoma, to you.
Sorry, I couldn't.
Basically, Akshay says that very soon Atishi would be picked up. One. And they have a proven track record of good development and governance. If I have to sum up his argument. And your OTP question has not been answered. OTP concept.
So can I respond to that?
You respond to that? You must respond to that.
Yeah, I'll respond to it. What is happening is our volunteers are going out there and they are getting people registered, saying if you're a voter in Delhi, register yourself as a citizen of Delhi. If you vote for Aam Aadmi Party, you will get 2100 rupees after Aam Aadmi Party's government comes back to power. We are taking their phone numbers and getting them signed up using an online platform, and they are getting an OTP to ensure that no fake numbers are being registered. Nobody's number gets registered without their explicit consent. That is the most safe way of doing this. What's the big deal if we are taking OTPs? What's the problem? Is there a legal issue?
ठीक है. Neoma, to you.
Yeah, so when it comes to his Nostradamus prediction about Miss Atishi, if there's a case that has been filed, fight it out like everyone else. Please don't keep using this bichara complaining card. It's become so boring. It's actually appalling because that's no defense whatsoever. When you do wrong things, like doing fake registrations and expect to just get away with no response from any opposition who will call it out, I think you're living in a fictional world. When it comes to this scheme, please answer to me, why did you not honor your commitment in Punjab? It was a similar scheme or almost the same scheme. Even when you put an apology sammelan, why did you not honor it after that? When it comes to Shivam, certain points, if I'm not mistaken, when it came to the Karnataka Assembly in 2018, in fact, during the Karnataka state elections, Congress workers were also allegedly caught on tape distributing cash to voters. And I clearly remember that BJP filed a complaint with the Election Commission regarding this incident. So by saying that you were pro-development and whatever happened in Delhi throughout till now is only Congress, then why haven't you come into power yourself? If Mr. KEJRIWAL can be described in one word, it's constantly a person who has he epitomizes the story of the boy who cried wolf. All talk, all drama, always no proof. All the time allegations are levied against other parties, but when you are giving a scheme to a woman and you are showing her this as an election way of getting a vote, it is fundamentally wrong. So please don't do it. Don't play with the emotions, sentiments, and the votes of a Delhi.
Okay.
Can I respond?
You get to respond. I have a question for Shivam. Shivam, there is a fight between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, though Aam Aadmi Party has been the dominant party in state polls. I don't need to repeat it. Like BJP sweeps when it comes to Lok Sabha election.
One question. Sorry. Forget being in power. When has Congress ever acted as an opposition party in the last decade?
Okay, that was my question.
Oh, sorry.
That was my question. Anyway, so my question to Shivam was that if you go by the previous two results, your performance is nowhere close to, I may use the word even satisfactory would not fulfill. I would say it was underwhelming even for your supporters. I'm saying, do you even stand a chance in context of AAP versus BJP? In a state where BJP is out of power for 25 years but still is in fight. Because the last Chief Minister was 2 decades ago.
Kartiki ji, when has BJP been in the fight? I mean, I'm going to come to why the Congress has not been in power. But when has the BJP been in fight? They have 8 MLAs in the assembly. So I don't know what the BJP is talking about. They haven't even had a single engine sarkar. They talk about a double engine sarkar. They haven't had a single engine in the last 27 years. It will be 28 in February. So the BJP is anywhere, they've never been in power in Delhi. And as for what Nyoma was saying and what Akshay was saying, who has done all the work in Delhi? Till 2013, the Congress was in power. Even before, when there was no assemblies in Delhi, there were MPs in Delhi who used to run Delhi. My own grandfather was an MP and union minister. I can take you and I can show you lakhs of people who will say of the development that we have done under the leadership right from Indira Gandhi ji and Rajiv Gandhi ji's time. All the government schools, everything that you see in Delhi has been done by the Congress. Now coming to 2013, yes, we lost.
Let me ask you then why were you voted out?
Yes.
And why were you not voted in again?
I'm coming to that. Yes, we lost power in 2013 because in politics there are cycles. And then this Aam Aadmi Party came into power with this corruption drama, and this, we had a lot of anti-incumbency. I'm sure we had also fallen short on many accounts. But when you've been in power for 15 years, certain things start going wrong in the end.
And now, Shivam, Congress was the last state where Congress could retain power in number of occasions, like for 3 times in a run. After that, there has been not a single state where Congress has been able to retain it twice. I mean to say, if you look at the big picture, that was the last state. After that, you may win a state, but you lose it subsequently. Whether it is Chhattisgarh or whether it is Rajasthan, no state has been, your party has been able to retain it twice over.
Kartikeji, today we are facing a very unparalleled dilemma in this country, and unparalleled forces are being used in this country. The BJP has captured every single force coming. They are completely anti-constitution. You see that their money is being distributed, and this is just one state. I mean, leaders are being jailed, and you spoke about the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress alliance. Aam Aadmi Party and Congress and several other parties had to come together in the 2024 election. An umbrella of parties had to come together to defeat the BJP's anti-constitutional powers. I mean, we are seeing an unparalleled drama playing out. In 1999, Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government was there. Sheila Dikshit ji worked with Atal Bihari Vajpayee because he was a statesman. But today we are seeing completely dictatorial forces. And whatever the Congress is doing, we've come into power in Jharkhand, but no one wants to talk about Jharkhand.
You are in alliance.
Our result in Maharashtra.
You are in alliance.
Yes, we are in alliance, but
it's
our
not a solo
alliance came
government.
into power. But our alliance came into power. Our alliance came into power. Maharashtra, we had a more than unsatisfactory result. Yes, but I mean, we're fighting continuously. Who got 99 seats in the Lok Sabha? Which opposition party do you see which can give fight to the BJP nationally?
With Shivam, due respect, with due respect, Maharashtra and Haryana have stolen the thunder of the 99 seats. I mean, say we have to look forward. That is why Delhi is such a pitched fight. Delhi is not important because Delhi is going to give 50 MPs in Lok Sabha. Delhi is important because that's where the power functions. Now to you, Akshay. You wanted to come in.
Last point.
Yeah, Karthikeya, I want to just
finish your point.
Last point, Akshay. Sorry. I want to ask Akshay, and he's a knowledgeable person. He said that Aam Aadmi Party has.
I think everyone is knowledgeable here. At least that's the criteria for. No, I am not the most knowledgeable, but I am sure the knowledgeable people come to my debate.
What I'm trying to say is, he said that the Aam Aadmi Party has an amazing track record of the schools and everything. I want to ask him, and if he has the numbers, what is the Aam Aadmi Party government's capital expenditure on an average or yearly capital expenditure in the last 10 years? And that capital expenditure mostly in the last 10 years has been in minus. Okay. So what new have they done? What new schools?
Akshay to you. Okay. Lot of queries to go.
That's a good question, and I think I'll use this opportunity to lay out the macroeconomic status of Delhi. Kartikeya, Delhi is the fastest growing state in India with significantly higher above the national average per year state GDP growth rate compared to all other states in India. We have the lowest debt to GDP ratio of just 3.4%. What does debt to GDP ratio means? It means that compared to our GDP, we borrow only 3%. to fund our operations, to fund our capital expansion, to fund our revenue slips. But when you look at other BJP states, for example, take Gujarat. Gujarat's debt to GDP ratio is 15%. Madhya Pradesh 20%. Rajasthan has 35%. So that is the state of other states in India which the BJP runs, where they run the states to the ground with their financial mismanagement and corruption. And Aam Aadmi Party, because it is headed by an IIT educated former IRS officer like Arvind KEJRIWAL, has been running a fiscally responsible government, all this while giving free welfare.
I think the debate is a bit derailed. Don't you think that this ad has actually dented? But don't you think that this ad has actually dented your image? All said and done, महिला एवं बाल विकास, राजधानी, राष्ट्रीय राजधानी क्षेत्र दिल्ली सरकार, सार्वजनिक सूचना, आज तक ऐसी कोई भी कथित संजीवनी योजना अस्तित्व में नहीं है. आप अपना फोन नंबर मत दीजिए. All said and done, you can fight it till Adams in the court, but the fact of the matter is that people have read this. I mean, the people have read this.
Isn't it a bit laughable that a political party is saying after elections we will introduce this policy, and the BJP is saying there is no such policy in existence? Of course there is no such policy in existence. We are making an electoral promise. Are we not intelligent people who are tracking politics today? What has happened to our IQs? Why are you saying that, oh, there is no scheme in existence? Of course there is no scheme in existence. What is our scheme? We are saying if Aam Aadmi Party comes back to power, anybody who is above the age of 60 years will get free treatment in private as well as public hospitals. Why are we saying this? Okay. Because we know that there are a lot of senior citizens in Delhi who cannot get treatment, very important life-saving treatment, and we want to be there for them. So let me make one last point, Karthik, here. Throughout this debate, what has happened? I have said what AAP has done and what AAP is promising. BJP and Congress has only and only accused us of different kinds of things without providing a roadmap for the development of Delhi. That is the difference between Aam Aadmi Party and other parties. We are talking about the future, we are giving a vision, we are giving a plan, because we are led by an educated leader who believes that only through work and governance can India develop, and Delhi is on the path to show a new model of development to all of India, and that's why these parties are so scared of Aam Aadmi Party.
Numa, why do you think that this time the election would work in favor of Bharatiya Janata Party? Because last election was purely fought on the governance, and the 2013 election which happened was a completely different scenario, where India was primarily moving around the anti-corruption andolan, which was being spearheaded by multiple personalities, and the country threw up Narendra Modi with a simple majority in 2014. But subsequently a different setup came around at the state. This time, what's the BJP's pitch? Last time was governance, first time was corruption, na khayenge, na khane denge. What's the pitch this time?
So to tell you, BJP has received lakhs of suggestions and has brought the manifesto has been such that it partakes with people. Soon we will release our manifesto, and you will see the governance is priority, and good governance, which we honor our word. But, I just have one quick question. This time, AAP must answer about not just why it deserved another term, but why did it not do anything it had promised? You can see it in hindsight. In fact, I remember the courts also. Akshay was talking about the courts, about the schools, Even the Delhi High Court had slammed the government schools over inadequate infrastructure and other amenities, such as the textbooks and, everything. Whether it came down to something in the furniture, they had named the schools also, which I recollect very clearly. When you are in power for so many years and you make a innocent commitment, like you'll reduce the pollution by 1/3 of what it was, you haven't done the basics. So Delhi needs a government which will walk their talk and do things for the people in reality, not just in fiction. And when it comes to this, you mentioned that our CM candidate will be decided soon and announced. Don't worry about that. We are focusing on issues, and we'll continue to focus on that.
Comment from Shivam.
What will the BJP
you wanted to comment? I have a minute left. I'm really sorry, Shivam, I have a minute left. I'm sorry, you were raising your hand. I have a minute left. A quick comment from you, then I'll close the debate.
Yeah, Akshay did not respond to the capital expenditure because it's been in minus. And he said that Aam Aadmi Party is promising a very good future, but all they're promising is free stuff. What have they promised? Is there a manifesto where they promise any development, any new schools, any new colleges, any new roads, pollution? What
But
have they
everyone
promised? All
promises
they
free
promise is-
stuff. You know, that's the
No,
graphic
but-
which I'm running. You know, the
This
free
is the
stuff was
problem.
promised in Himachal. Free stuff got promised in Madhya Pradesh. Free stuff got promised in Maharashtra. Free stuff got promised in Jharkhand. I mean to say, in fact, I would say, Shivam, there is a race for free stuff. I don't think free
Yes,
stuff should be
I
debated
agree.
because everyone is giving free stuff.
I personally agree that this style of politics is not sustainable at all. This is wrecking up the economies of states. But whether Congress has promised free stuff in Himachal and all, but we've also promised a roadmap to development. That भाई हम इतने स्कूल बनाएंगे, इतने कॉलेज बनाएंगे, ये करेंगे. इन्होंने तो कुछ प्रॉमिस ही नहीं किया, तो कह रहे हम ये फ्री देंगे, ये फ्री देंगे, ये फ्री देंगे.
If I am asked this question, because I'm a Delhiite, I've been in this place from 1980s, I think the biggest casualty is the citizen of Delhi. I think they are paying the price for such a contested pitched fight. Pitched fight. I'm really sorry, Akshay, I could have accommodated you, but maybe not the time and place for that. I thank all of you for joining me today. But at the end, I would only say that in this feud between the center and state, it is the Delhi administration which is being shortchanged. In the sense, it is under tremendous pressure from both ends. Tremendous pressure from both ends. People had an idea of Delhi. I know it's not a full state, but it was a functional state. Delhi has become a sort of a dysfunctional state because the fight is so up close and personal. And the biggest brunt of this political contest is being faced by the people of Delhi. So the administration gets shortchanged from all ends because there is political pressure and people pay the price. So that's all on point one. On the other side, is there an invisible hand behind the turmoil in Manipur, as mentioned by the former Chief Justice of Manipur High Court? Don't go away.